Welcome back to Maggie and Perloff to talk a little college football, a little NFL, and of course, some pets. We're so pleased to be joined by Brian Orakpo, of course, won a national championship at Texas, is a four-time Pro Bowler in the NFL with both Washington and the Tennessee Titans. Brian, thanks so much for the time today. Man, you are living the good dad life on Instagram. You are at cheerleading matches, competitions. You're at basketball games. This is like the dream, right? In retirement?
It is the dream. That's the reason why I stopped playing after year 10. I gave it my all in football. I had nothing more to really accomplish. I would have loved to win a Super Bowl, but seeing my kids growing, I couldn't miss any more time, and I felt like it was it, and called it, and I'm having the time of my life.
Now, what kind of sports dad are you, Brian? Do you ride your kids at all? You try and be supportive all the time? Because I got young kids and I'm just starting to get into different sports, and I try and lay back a little bit.
Yeah, so I started off as the coaching while they're playing type of dad, but it didn't work out. I got too animated, so now I'm more of a bleacher dad, to where I just sit there, chill, let my kids do their thing, and then I coach them on their own after the game or as days pass, where we just can do a lot of one-on-one sessions. So that's kind of how I bond with my kids after their sporting events.
We'll talk more about your home life when we talk about your cool pet, your dog Biggie, which is awesome. But I imagine you're a little bit different when you're cheering on your Texas Longhorns. Now, you were there during some of the most glorious days of that program, and by your social media, it seems like you still make your home around the Austin area. So what is the feeling now around Texas where, things are really on the turnaround? You got Arch Manning coming in a year. Can you describe the vibe for us?
Yeah, Austin is growing. It's on the move. It has a lot of great energy. And, we don't have a pro team out here. So University of Texas is our pro team. It is our everything. So, and then football in Texas is huge. It's insane. So they should make it literally a national holiday out here. So that's how big it is. But with that being said, we have with Arch Manning coming in and Texas kind of winning more games that they normally have. We're not quite there yet, but at least they're trying to get over that hump. The expectations are getting there, but they're going to take it one game at a time, because you never know what can happen. They have a big rivalry game against OU this weekend, so things are going quite well, I should say.
I know, Brian. I saw you reacting to the Arch Manning citing other former Longhorns. It seems like I know his last name, but he's coming in with expectations. I can't ever remember a player coming into college football like this. Do you remember, I don't know, Andrew Luck or anybody coming into the sport with this much hype?
No, not at all. And I can't even think of the last person. Maybe a Luck, or maybe, I'm not sure. Vince Young maybe at the time. I don't know. But, Arch Manning is definitely going to have expectations, and people around here are excited. They're ready to go. It's almost equivalent on a local level, not on a crazy level, but almost like when LeBron James was making that transition to the NBA. Like, the expectations was he's getting ready to turn Cleveland around and be a contender. So that's the vibe we're getting around here. But only time will tell, and we know he has a work ethic, obviously from his family pedigree. So we'll see what happens.
What do you think the pressure is going to be like to start him right away? A lot of college players, quarterbacks redshirt a year, but how much pressure is there to get Arch right out on the field?
I mean, it's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going. I don't even want to say if he is or not, because I don't know. But man, fans are going to be calling his name, and if he's not starting, you will hear Arch Manning chant throughout those games, just because of the hype and people want to see the show. So we'll see what happens. I know Coach Sark has a plan in place, so we'll see what happens.
Talking to Brian Orakpo, four-time Pro Bowler, kind of was mean to my Eagles quarterbacks back in the day, but I'm not holding that against you. That's bygones be bygones. All right, it's kind of a moment for pass rushers around the league. There's some dominant guys. I'm going to give you an impossible question. You have one game, and you could start one of these three guys to get after the quarterback. Aaron Donald, Micah Parsons or Nick Bosa?
Just those three guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Anyone you want. You get one pass rusher who's playing today. You are in Texas, so I assume Micah Parsons might be on your.
That's a great question. As far as, oh man, yeah, that's a great question. I'm still, you know what? Y'all may not agree, but let's just go with the safe answer. I'll go with Aaron Donald's just insane. I've never seen an interior guy that dominant on the pass rush in a while. I mean, you're talking about Reggie White. You're talking about, the numerous Lawrence Taylor type of impact on the game. And I know he plays a defensive tackle position, but to still be an interior guy and still create that much dominance. I mean, J.J. Watt had his run too, and I think he surpassed that. So it's crazy what Donald is doing. So I'll probably give it to Donald.
Who's the guy you almost said? Who were you about to say?
I was going to say because I got to give my old head fair credit because Vaughn is still Vaughn. I know he doesn't. Vaughn is still Vaughn, and it's easier for edge guys to get a rush off than an interior guy because you can just double team and there's a lot going on. But I would not want to bet against Vaughn in his prime, and he's still rolling today. But Vaughn is still like number one. And you got a ton of other guys. You can name Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Bosa brothers. I mean, it's a lot. It's a great class of pass rushers in today's game.
Right. Orakpo is our guest. He's partnering up with Caesar, trying to enhance his game day experience with his dog, Biggie. I'm hoping that your dog is named after the rapper, Notorious B.I.G.
Everybody says that, but no, I didn't. We thought we answered that question as, knowing that that's coming, but the catch-22 is, no, my dog is a little multiple. I wish I could see him, but that's why I wanted to name him Biggie, just to get that presence like he's huge. But then when you see him, like he's a cute little cute little dog. But he'll bark you to death now. He'll let you know what's going on. But no, it's great. We partnered with Caesar, and it's just been a great event. A great event we have this weekend. I'm coming there. It's gonna be a great VIP experience, and like I said, the whole theme of this event is about togetherness, bringing pet owners and their pets together, and have a great home gate football experience, along with the Caesar brand, as you see behind me. They got great foods for your pets, things of that nature, and it's just going to be a great time. I can't wait to get there down in Nashville, get to watch two of my former teams, Tennessee and Washington, going at it, enjoying the Caesar brand. So it's all about togetherness. It's all about having fun, and I'm completely excited about it.
It takes a big man to confidently have a small dog. So I live in New York City, and everyone's got a small dog. Why are they the loudest dogs? Always.
They got little man syndrome. Y'all heard of that before.
Oh, yeah.
That's Biggie for sure. After he gets done eating, and I just introduced him to this 7-layer Caesar food that he enjoys now every single day. He's just barking up a storm. He's like ready to go. Like he's almost like a football player out there, just ready to go, just barking at people. So
if he runs into a big dog at the tailgate, is he going to take him right on?
He doesn't back down. He doesn't back down. He just has a false sense of confidence. I don't know what it is. It's what it is.
We're talking with Brian Orakpo. Just two more for you. Some quick football stuff. Okay, so you played for Washington in its various names, but you were drafted by that franchise, right? Yeah. If I had told you the time you were in Washington that RG3 would be a commentator and that Kirk Cousins would be signing $90 million contracts guaranteed, what would you have told me?
Hey, I wouldn't have believed you. Not for a second at all. And that's no discredit to Kirk, because we seen when they both came in, we seen what Kirk can do on the field as well. But what RG3 was RG3. He was the man. He was, prior to his injury, I mean, the guy was one of the best quarterbacks in today's game at that time. So if he didn't get hurt, we'll still be seeing RG3 playing on Sundays. And then Kurt would eventually have his opportunity somewhere else like he's doing now. But yeah, just to see the turnaround on that one, I would have never seen that coming for sure.
There's a follow-up there about running quarterbacks, and it's a conversation that we have all the time, right? About guys who use their legs a lot, incorporate that into their game, like what RG3 was so good at. He was a great thrower too, but that the whole like pros and cons of having a quarterback who's a running quarterback, where do you come down on that? And from your experience, who's the harder quarterback to try to play against? Someone who's just like a Tom Brady in the pocket, but can be super accurate, get the ball out, or a running quarterback?
It depends. It depends on which, how would I put this? To answer your question, it depends on the position. For me as pass rushers, we hate running quarterbacks. So y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah. For guys that are like, your normal positions, defensive backs and linebackers, they love running quarterbacks. Because most of the time when they're running, they're not as accurate on the run, so it makes a lot of erratic passes, things of that nature. But for us pass rushing, and you mean to tell me I got to run around and chase Lamar Jackson and Kyle Murray and these guys every single play? We hate it. So I would rather, even though I know that it's a daunting task at hand, I would rather face an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady, these type of guys, even though we may not win the majority of the time, but for position-wise, I would rather face those guys more so, Lamar Jackson, Kyler, and the rest of those guys, because that dual threat is completely tough to defend.
Last one for you, Brian. And again, thanks for the time. You can go to Nashville for the watch party with Caesar. Of course, Brian's former teams facing off, Commanders and the Titans. And it's about one of your quarterbacks when you played for the Titans. It's Marcus Mariota. Now, doing okay with the Atlanta Falcons, but I'm not sure if his future is there. He was the second overall pick. Why did he never meet the expectation that was so high for him?
Injuries as well. That's another guy that was, you got to look at it when he came in. He was the same type of dual threat quarterback that RG3 was at the time back in 2012. Very similar, both Heisman winners, very similar traits when they created things when, things got arrayed throughout that offensive play. And injuries just took a toll on Marcus early on as well. And it kind of derailed his career. But the great thing about the NFL is another chance for an opportunity. So he has a chance for opportunity with the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm not sure of their record right now. I believe they're about 500 or something like that. So not bad. His first year under his former coach and Arthur Smith, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. But I'm glad he's able to get a second chance and he's able to stay healthy so far, knock on wood. And we'll see what happens, man. I wish nothing but the best for him. He's a great, great dude. Outside of football in general, just a great person.
Brian, can't tell you how much we appreciate this. Have a blast in Nashville this weekend with the watch party, with Caesars, with your dog Biggie.
Yeah, keep Biggie under control, Brian.
I will. He's gonna be ready to rock and roll, but I'll keep him under control for sure.
Have fun. We appreciate it, and thank you again. We'll talk to you soon.